Hi, everyone. We're back with Marc Hachadorian, who is the curator of the orchid collection at the New York Botanical Garden, where right now the fantastic garden island of Key West comes to New York Botanic Garden, and it is the Orchid Show from March 1st through April 21st. That's a long time to keep.
It's quite a long time.
That's a big maintenance for you.
Well, we're maintaining the orchids every day, adding new plants as others fade away. But it's something that we're always happy to do. It's kind of our big, celebration towards spring.
Tell us about how you come up with a show like this.
Well, of course, we actually plan sometimes almost 5 years in advance to come up with a design, theming, working either in-house or with special designers, whether they be landscape architects. We work with a Tony Award-winning Broadway set designer in the past, coming up with just about any idea that's different and unusual to be able to display, of course, the fantastic range of plants that we have in our show at any one time.
And how do you make sure the orchids are all blooming at the right time?
That's the question that everybody wants to know.
I know. How do you do that?
Well, it's a lot of manipulation of light, water, fertilizer, but also understanding the plants themselves, knowing which types of conditions each type or variety needs, sometimes even down to the detail of understanding the breeding of each hybrid, because the parents of those plants will actually determine some of the particulars about how that plant needs to flower. And so from there, either heating them up to speed them up or cooling them up to cooling them down to slow them down. From there, it's a lot of spinning of plates to make sure all the plants open exactly when I want them to. Sometimes they don't behave.
But if I had to do an orchid show right now with my orchids, it would be a disaster.
That's why you have to come to the garden.
They bloomed 2 months ago. Mine bloomed
you'll have,
2 months ago. Now, how do you get yours to bloom in March?
Well, with ours, it's not a matter of timing the blooms. Many times what we do is it's about choosing the right varieties that bloom at a different time of year. Of course, there are varieties of orchids that will bloom at any time of the year, and so by building a collection where you have plants that naturally will bloom throughout the year, you can have flowers year-round.
Okay, that's what I have to do. I have to get more year-round bloomers. Now, who designed this show this year?
This year's show was designed partly in-house, but we also worked with a famous landscape architect, Raymond Jungles, and we drew some inspiration from a garden he designed in Key West for one of his clients, a very interesting contemporary garden filled with a lot of his, typical garden designs that you would expect, lots of tropical foliage, a lot of color and foliage, but then we've taken that design and added to it by overlaying his design with thousands of orchids in bloom.
I encourage all of you, if you have not been to the Orchid Show, you have until April 21st to attend the beautiful show. And I look forward to seeing you in your gardens. Thank you so much.